Hey besties, it's time for an informational video. I have got a special request from a few friends to do an informational video about my treatments and my diagnosis, the road to diagnosis and post-diagnosis. I am feeling good after my treatment, so I'll go ahead and do that video now. It will be in parts because I'm going to do a full story. So if you don't see it on here, I will be doing all my parts on YT. So if you also have any questions or comments you want me to address, please drop them in the comments below and I'll answer them the best way I can. To my knowledge, I'm only a patient and an advocate, so I can only tell you my experience and the experience of those I interacted with. So go ahead and stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and transition over so you guys can know how my treatment went. So for this video, I'm going to explain a little bit about my road to diagnosis. So growing up, I was always on the go because strangely, I was used to it too. Since back then, I was always on the run from depression because it was believed by the adults, I guess, that kids don't go through stress regardless of the circumstance. Continuing, in 2013, I did lose my grandma, my best friend, my counselor. She was everything to me. So my goal was, and no one knows this in my family but me and my husband now, that my goal was to go to school, work, so I can save up money to move out my mom's house and then take my grandma with me because I was the one that was taking care of her mostly at that time. Now, I know the plan probably wasn't foolproof, but believe your girl when she said it was gonna happen. Because to me, she was the next best thing to Holy. So then when I was pregnant, I asked her that I wanted her to give a blessing on her great-grandson. But she wasn't comfortable doing that, nor was comfortable with placing her hands on my stomach. So then she passed away before I even fully had a chance to even convince her. Then at 5 months of pregnancy, I became very high risk and my blood pressure remained high. So they had put me on bed rest because I stayed on the 3rd floor of my apartment at the time. So then after having my son, my health completely started declining quick. Fast forward a little bit to 2015, I started to notice that even after resting, I still had a hard time keeping my eyes open. My body felt heavier, driving a car became harder, and then when I walked, it felt like I was running through a pool of water, pushing me back by force. I had no energy to even talk, to where I couldn't even speak to defend myself if I had to. Everything started to exhaust me more than usual. So as I talked to doctors, they was thinking, I gained weight a little bit, and so yes, you're gonna be a little bit more tired, so they speak. So I'm like, but no, I was like, I know my body, something's going on. So I was constantly in and out of the hospital because of my symptoms. Everyone keep looking at me like, you're just big. So for a while throughout 2015, I believed them, but it soon started getting harder and harder because to give a little bit of an example, my joints felt like it was a needle stuck in its gears. So if I bent my knees, my thumb, my wrist, at that time, it felt like my gears was rubbing together with no oil on them. No lie to you guys.
110, 67 over 91.
So then I go back to the doctor. I'm looking at the doctor looking at me, and I'm like, my guy, what's up? What's going on with me? Then at the end of 2015, I lost about 73% of my hair. Then my scalp became really inflamed and red and scaly. So when I went to the hospital that time, they thought of it being psoriasis, not paying attention to any of my other symptoms. So they tried treating me for psoriasis. That's when everything got aggressive and life-threatening. So I had a huge flare-up. So when I told you guys my scalp was inflamed and red, it was like that almost all over my body. And I don't know if you guys seen the lupus butterfly rash, so I'm gonna put it like there. So just to give you guys a little bit of a context. Then back then, lupus wasn't really known in the hospital, so all they did is just give me a bunch of steroids through IV and then basically sent me out the door with a prescription telling me to go see a doctor. Crazy, right? So that's basically my road up to my diagnosis. So like I said, I'll be doing more parts about my condition, talking about what they did to diagnose me, what specialists I saw and the specialists I now see, my symptoms post-diagnosis, the medications I've tried, my life adjusted to my conditions, and the new effects that my condition has on my body. So again, y'all, if y'all have any questions or comments you want me to address, please place them below in the comments. I will do my best to address them in future videos. Again, if I don't do anything over here, I will transition over to YT and do all my parts there. Oh, and someone did ask me to name a few of the types of autoimmune diseases that I know of. So I do know of what I have, which is lupus, LSE, RA, aka rheumatoid arthritis. I have Sjogren's syndrome and WAIHA, aka warm autoimmune hemolytic anemia. The other ones that I know of is type 1 diabetes, MS, Crohn's disease, Graves' disease, mixed collective tissue disease, and I believe another one is celiac disease. Now, besties, if you have any questions or comments you want me to address, again, please place them below in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Besties, this will be it for this video. Go ahead and stay tuned for future videos and more parts, and remember to press all the buttons for me. Thank you. Love y'all. Bye, y'all. Mwah.